Good morning, bird brains. I might be yelling, I might not. I'm really having a hard time hearing right now. I actually went to the Avenged Sevenfold and Metallica concert last night, and Metallica played a 2-hour set of just straight awesomeness. I mean, having a hard word to use to describe that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. No joke, my ears are still ringing to this point in time, and that was, let's see, right now it's 2 o'clock. Concert, their set started at 9, I think, like 15, I don't know, math hours after their set, and my ears are legitimately still ringing. There's a lot of big things happening, guys. A lot of big things happening. So earlier today, I actually went to an interview. So as you guys know, if you've been around the channel for a while, my new job was great for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and then things just kind of went downhill. So thankfully, an old coworker of mine reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're looking for a position that you'd be great for. You should come apply." So I did. It's closer to my house. It's similar to what I do now, but with better pay and better opportunities. So I said, hell, why not? So the interview went very well. I have no problem with interviews. I never have. I don't get nervous. I honestly get more nervous about talking to a stranger, the stranger being the person interviewing, than I do for the actual interview process. I don't know. I'm just weird as hell. I guess I'm just confident that either I know what they're gonna ask me, like I'll have an answer for whatever they ask me, or I don't. I mean, there's no sense in stressing yourself out over a job interview, because either you're qualified for it and you can answer what they're gonna ask, or you're not qualified for it and you shouldn't be taking the job. But I'm very confident that I don't know. I don't want to say that I'll get the position, but I'm confident I did the best of my abilities in the interview to make the selection for them as easy as possible. If that's picking me, then, well, I don't know. I put up my best fight, basically. If I don't get it, I feel like it won't be due to my interview, it'll just be due to there was someone better. Anyways, enough of me blabbering on about my life, because, I mean, it's really not going to affect you guys. I'll be making a little bit more money, so I might be able to do more stuff to the bikes, so that'll be a plus. But other than that, everything will be the same. My schedule will be relatively close to what it is now and things like that. So I might not be able to ride to work as much, but that's all right, because at my job currently, I can do some episodes every now and then. I'll have to take the back roads, but it's mostly all highway to my new jobs, and highway vlogs kind of suck. So, but probably the reason why you clicked on this video, because I'm going to make a nice clickbaity thumbnail, is I was thinking to myself the other day, what bike do I like better? So if this is your first video of my channel watching, I own the 2014 Harley Davidson 883 iron. It is pretty custom. And then I also have a 2012 Triumph Speed Triple. Not very custom at all. It's got some aftermarket parts on it, but it was all done by the previous owner, and nothing really out of the ordinary. I guess I'm just going to sit at stoplights for this episode. So this question isn't really an easy one, because you're really comparing apples to oranges.
Bitch, that phrase don't make no sense. Why can't fruit be compared?
So I thought I would kind of divide it up into what is my favorite for X activity, and then I'll kind of sum it up at the end to say kind of what's my favorite overall. Or I'll just, you know, sit at stoplights. Oh my god, I'm gonna get really close so you can see this. It's a dog, and then when he turns it on, the tail wags. That is pretty awesome. Alright, so my first category is going to be what is my favorite for around the town, just kind of going to the store, things like that. And that one's going to have to go to the Harley. If I'm just running down to the store to pick something up, or if I'm going out to get something to eat, or right now I'm going over to help a friend move, the Sportster is a great bike for that. Next category is going to be across town riding. Now in San Antonio, it's a lot of highways, a lot of interstates, things like that. And this one I'm going to split up into two categories, okay? The first is going to be across town, non-rush hour. The second one's going to be across town during rush hour. So across town, non-rush hour, no traffic or light traffic, that one's going to go to the Harley as well. Reason being, you get this thing on the highway, pop up into 6th gear, put the highway pegs down, stretch out your legs, it's just gonna go. Especially with these new air shocks I put on it. Oh my god. Big bulldozer, big plane, big everything. So yeah, when I hit up the highways and the interstates on this thing just cruises. Now, going to the second category, crosstown with traffic. On that one's gonna go with the Triumph. Now, I found something out recently that was kind of shocking, and that is that both the Harley and the Triumph, bar in to bar in, are the exact same width. I thought for sure that the Triumph was going to be more narrow, but sure enough, it's not. I do a little bit, I said doo-doo. I do a little bit of lane splitting from time to time when there's traffic and it's at a complete standstill. So, which bike lane splits better? I'm going to say the Triumph. The only reason though, like I said, it's not really due to width because they fit in all the same places. But the Triumph, it sits up a lot higher, so I'm able to kind of see what the traffic's doing a little bit better. Also, just the overall performance of the bike, it being 100 plus pounds lighter, you can maneuver a lot better, as well as the throttle response is better and the brakes are better. So in that aspect, the Triumph is going to take the cake. So next category up is going to be hill country riding. Your long group rides through the hill country, open highway, twists and turns, things like that. I'm also going to put a little asterisk next to this one because, for example, I took the Triumph on the River Road ride. That's the one where we went that had the chick fall off the bike and crash and everything. Oh, shit. So all the way up to the actual River Road, I think the Triumph excels. It's honestly, it's so hard because you're really comparing just two completely different bikes. Oh my god. The Triumph is funner just because I like to go fast. If I was just going out there cruising and everything, the Harley would probably take it. But I'm going to go with the Triumph in this aspect just because it's a lot funner to hit a turn at 90 than it is at 45. But that's me. I'm young. I'm dumb. That's not going to apply to everybody. Now, I mentioned all the way up to River Road because that still technically is a highway. I don't know. But it's very curvy and it's very slow. Slow is the key word. Now, the Triumph, having just a ridiculous amount of torque, doesn't like to go slow. So River Road sucked ass on the Triumph. I had to stay in first or second gear, and it was constantly just jerking me around because it was either full throttle, or not full throttle, but it was either power or no power. You can't really ease into it like the Harley does so well. So if I was to go to River Road again, I would definitely take the Harley over the Triumph. So I also put myself into the hypothetical, if I was to take a bike cross country, what bike would I take? Now the question is, do I get to make any modifications to each bike? If I was not allowed to make any mods whatsoever, just, you have to go. I'm so tired of these lights. So, no modifications. If that was the key, I would say the Harley would win. But not by much. A lot of people think that the Triumph Speed Trooper would be a terrible cross-country bike. In fact, it would make a great cross-country bike with a very few modifications. But with zero modifications, I think the Harley would take the cake, just purely based on the hand comfort. Seat comfort, I think they're pretty close. Sitting position wise, they're pretty close. But the Triumph, with it being just a tad bit more lean forward, it's going to fall short of the Harley with no modifications. God damn. So the next question, if I could make modifications to the bike, which one would I take across country? The Triumph is going to take it in that category. What changes would I make? Not many. So first off, I'd upgrade the seat. I'd put a little bit more comfortable seat on it. I would put a little bit higher bars, not much, but just to kind of get the seating position a little bit more upright. I'd put some sort of wind protection. I would change the gearing to make 6th gear a little bit taller. Right now, 5th gear and 6th gear are way too close in revs to really justify taking that thing cross country. So a little bit lower RPMs in 6th gear would be nice. And then some sort of storage rack like saddlebags or something like that. But I think just the power in general would make the Triumph Speed Triple a better choice for cross country. I think with the modifications that I mentioned, it would be very close to the BMW, I think it's a G series, the cross country adventure bikes. I know people are going to say, oh, they're not even close. Yeah, whatever. I think personally that it would be pretty close. Oh, and some sort of cruise control, whether that be a throttle lock or actual cruise control. That would be my ideal Triumph Speed Triple cross country setup. Oh my god. Yeah, you didn't even get close to make. What are you doing, guys? I wish that someone would have came across and that guy would have just T-boned him. Oh god, I gotta on viral. I guess that's why that light's so long. They know people run this shit all the time. Obviously, if you're looking at track day or performance-wise, the Speed Triple's gonna take it. Not to say you can't track a Harley. I just would not pick the 883 Iron as that candidate. I would definitely go more towards the Dyna Lowrider category, upgrade suspension. So let's get on to the actual question that everyone wants to know. Overall, which one is my favorite? Now, I haven't been keeping track, but I'm pretty sure the Triumph is in the lead as far as categories go. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Green light. Thank you. Scooter bro. Scooter nurse. Scooter chick. Sorry. Oh, God. What gear am I in? You want to race? No? Okay. So the overall, who wins? Now, how I decided this was to think, if someone had a gun to my head and said, you have to get rid of one bike, which one would it be? If I was forced to get rid of a bike and only keep one, and I would have to pick the Harley. The Harley is my favorite, especially now, like I said earlier, with these air shocks, it's making me want to ride this bike so much more. The Harley would take it as my favorite bike. The big factors in that choice are, one, the sentimental value. If you guys know, this bike has a backstory of me and my dad and, you know, the dollar and building it from stock to this. It's got a lot of sentimental value to me. And another thing, completely unsentimental, I've got so much built-in equity into that Triumph. I could sell it now and make a profit on it easily. But I'm not going to, because I truly do love that bike. It's great at certain things. But overall, at the end of the day, if I had to get rid of one bike, it would have to be the Triumph. I would keep the Harley. So there you guys have it. My favorite bike. What I would choose, one over the other. Let me know down in the comments. I mean, I already know what's going to win just because of my audience. What bike do you like more, the Harley or the Triumph? Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me today. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and punch that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.